Alright. What's up, you guys? We are Toy the Band, Titans of Industry, and this is a one-shot that I've prepared that is based off of our newest single that has just been released. Go check it out. It's called Freedom Friends. So let us set the environment here. So you guys are employees at the headquarters of the Freedom Friends. Freedom Friends Incorporated, FFI. You guys are some underlings that work for the heroes. The Freedom Friends are a duo of superheroes that sort of explore the realms, save the world from any sort of impending doom that is at hand.
Oh yeah.
So we are going to just start by just introducing the characters. We got Mitch here who plays bass. We got Scott who's the guitarist and vocalist. And you guys are playing what? Let's start with Mitch. Mitch, who are you being today?
So my character's named Vern Jernson.
All right.
And Vern is an accountant at Freedom Friends, you say International? Incorporated?
Incorporated.
I'm Freedom Friends Incorporated.
Sick.
Vern Jernson is like your average Cold War era, like nuclear family kind of working man.
Love.
He is an accountant. He likes his job. He, in fact, loves his company. He believes in loyalty. And he also is very fastidious in the way that he accounts for the company.
Mm-hmm.
And in such, he gets a little bit annoyed at people for blowing their budgets, especially the ones that like to destroy the city as they're saving it for whatever reason. And but he's very polite, so it's not like he goes and berates people about, hey, you spend too much money. It's more just like, guys, fellas, can't we keep the costs down?
Can we figure it out?
Anyways, I don't know. I went a little bit East Coast with that accent. I'm trying to do
Transatlantic.
I mean, it went transatlantic, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to go Midwest. I'm trying to be like
Doug Dimmadome,
no
owner of the Dimsdale.
I had it in my head. I'm trying to be more like, hey there, fella. It's good to meet you, guy.
Uh-huh.
Don't you know?
I love it. Okay, so
that's Vern Jernson.
Vern Jernson, enthusiastic about his job, and sort of tries to approach very naturally and friendly about the overcost of budget. And then Scott, who are you portraying today?
I am a halfling.
Okay.
Dmitry Smirnov. He is a Russian immigrant.
Okay.
To America or wherever the Freedom Friends Incorporated international spot is. But growing up in brutal conditions in communist Russia, Dmitry always dreamed of freedom and friends.
Yes.
And so when he learned of the Freedom Friends organization, he knew this was what he was supposed to do with his life. So he is now a janitor, hoping one day to work his way into being an actual Freedom Friend. And he absolutely loves it when they blow up way too much shit.
That's his favorite thing.
He thinks that like the awesome might of freedom and friendship just everyone should know.
Transcends everything.
Yeah, so
very beautiful.
Yeah, Dmitry is very very excited to go to work every day, and
Yes.
he said when the Freedom Friends come by, he mop extra hard, and he goes, "You see how nice it look in here? It smell like a daisy." This Dmitry, he know one day someone will call upon him to be, I guess, Italian and Russian at the same time, right
Love
there.
it.
Yeah,
Very good.
No promises on the accent work, but
That's amazing. I love it. Okay, so
that's it.
Two employees that at least at some point or some level enjoy their job and like working at the company they're working at. That's absolutely perfect. So you guys, what's again up to you? What's you guys' home life like? If you guys like the job, you have a day off. How do you feel about the day off? Are you happy to not be working, or what sort of home life do you guys have?
Dmitry spends his days off training calisthenics and mixed martial arts
Beautiful.
extensively for the opportunity that one day he might be called upon to be a Freedom Friend.
Love it.
And he also watches a lot of kung fu movies, but he doesn't like Marvel movies because he thinks they're a cheap rip-off of the Freedom Friends.
That's awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing in every way, shape, and form. So is Dimitri living like a very quiet life? Does he have like, a little apartment?
He lives in like a small apartment.
Yeah.
And it's got a pull-up bar and a futon.
Cool.
And the whole fridge is filled with vodka.
Love it.
And that's his life.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
He's got a fish.
Yeah, great. Okay, got a fish. Vern Jernson, do you have any sort of family? Do you live by yourself? What's the vibe for Vern Jernson?
So I think Vern is a family man. He's got a small family, wife, couple kids.
Of course.
But he's a huge nerd. He's like a radio hobbyist.
Love it.
And he's got a lot of equipment at home that he uses to try to sniff out Russian spies. This is the Cold War after all. And Russian spies are everywhere.
Yeah.
And some of them are after our books.
Of course.
So, gotta keep your watchful attention.
Absolutely.
He's in his basement tinkering just in case the family needs him.
Just with different FM and AM radios and all that sort of stuff. I love
Well,
it.
and, telegraph machines. And looking for signals that are out there.
I love it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Vern Jernson and Dmitry Smirnov, you guys, again, like I said, you work at this company, the FFI, and this is your day off. So you guys had just hit your weekend, so to speak. You guys are now off work, trying to enjoy some time, and you're just chilling and hanging out. And as you guys are going about your daily activities, all of a sudden out of nowhere, whether it be a beeper or a cell phone or whatever, you guys get some sort of message that is informing both of you that despite the fact that it's your day off, you are being called into work. How do you guys react to that?
Dimitri hears his beeper go off.
Yes.
Which is high-level technology for Dimitri.
Absolutely.
Getting a beeper took months, and he looks down and he goes, "Oh, this is glorious. Today is the day that they have called me in to save the world. They know that I will be a freedom friend, and this is beautiful. I should really put clothes on." And then it zooms out, and he's butt-ass naked.
Fantastic.
He's also in the lobby of his apartment complex for some reason. And then he runs upstairs, and he puts clothes on.
You hear the skimpering of you immediately running up the stairs, not even having the patience to wait for the elevator, just being so very excited to try to prove yourself as you immediately run back into your apartment, ripping apart everything, the futon, and all of that stuff as you quickly find your janitor's outfit, getting ready to move on and head towards the corporation. Vern, how is your reaction to being called in?
Alright, so he's annoyed because he wanted to be playing around with radio signals, but he feels a sense of obligation to his work, and so he's cool with going in, and he's on the lookout. Maybe this is counterintelligence trying to get him away from his studies.
So very sort of, what's sort of looking for? Weary, potentially?
Sure.
For what?
Not very weary, but
Yeah, but that
Weary
is
enough.
in the back of his mind.
for sure.
In the back of his mind. So actually, Vern, you actually have just been, before your day off, you took notice to a paperwork coming in that was sort of letting you know that the amount of overtime that has just been happening recently is, again, like you hate, sort of out of budget. Does that sort of change the reaction as to how you would be feeling towards going in?
Not really, maybe just increases the sense of annoyance slightly.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so very begrudgingly, as you start to sort of begin to tinker with your radio as you get this message, you sort of just grunt a little bit, that slight weariness in the back of your head. I feel like Vern would be someone who's sort of already maybe not dressed for the day, but sort of put together. You start to slowly gather the rest of your things. You give, a kiss to the wife as you say goodbye to the children as you make your way off to the corporation. So you guys slowly begin to approach. As you guys are coming in towards the incorporation, everything is normal. A typical commute, whether it be, I'm sure Vern probably has a car, is Dimitri taking the subway, or...
He has a bike.
He has a bike.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so he's working out again the calisthenics.
Yes.
He's trying to make that happen. He's trying to stay in shape. He starts biking his way. Everything is seemingly normal. As you guys start to get about halfway to the building, you guys start to see this sort of smoke that is sort of looming in the air, very thick, very black. You guys are aware that there's something happening that is close. Maybe there's a hope that it's not the building. Maybe the worry starts to set in as you guys get closer. The smell and the scent starts to sink in a little bit more as you guys manage to get to where you need to be. The car pulling up somehow just in time for your bike to get there. And as you guys pull up, you see a disastrous scene. The whole building, a skyscraper that takes place that has all of FFI is completely burnt to the ground. There is smelting metal, smoke, corpses everywhere, police on the scene, taking off everything. As you guys get called in, the normal front door that you tend to go into, again, completely destroyed. Everything is just demolished. As you guys slowly start to approach, you guys meet as you're about to walk in.
Vern, do you know what's going on here, man? You have any idea? They called me in, I got my trusty mop.
I have absolutely no idea. But this is a damn nightmare, and the accounting on this is going to be crazy. I think we're definitely going to need more than a mop.
The books are going to be insane.
Dimitri's already cleaning. He's already cleaning the outside of the building.
He's like, I think I can do this, I swear.
Trying his best, seeing the sleeper build underneath.
Yes. I really hope our books are intact.
Yes, I also agree. I hope so. I wonder if my cleaning cabinet survived.
So you guys begin to meet. You're talking about the situation that's going on, and as you begin to start cleaning Dimitri, the police start to step in, and they're like, "Sirs, this is a closed off inspection. This is a crime scene. You guys are not allowed to enter here. You can't be moving evidence and cleaning things as we are actively trying to figure out what's going on."
I was called into work, okay? I am working. They asked me to come clean. I am cleaning. I have no context. I called in. I get called. I clean.
I see. Okay, so you both work here?
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine, but this is still a sort of, again, an investigation, so
That's
we can't...
fine, but we need to start accounting for what's missing, and that needs to happen now. The longer we wait, the more chance there is that something's gonna go missing that shouldn't have been.
Okay, sure, I hear what you say.
Where are the friends? Shouldn't they be here? There's like a fire.
That's a very good question. We're trying to actively figure that out,
Okay.
and we don't know. As he's sort of explaining this to you guys, there's an interruption. There's this. Let them through. You guys start to sort of peer over the shoulder of the cop, and you see this lady, sort of short, curly blonde hair that's sort of crushed under a bit of rubble, still managing to breathe a little bit, still very much alive, hanging on to the mortal coil. As that voice breaches, you guys are very aware that this is Denise, who is the secretary that is at the front desk as everyone enters.
Oh my gosh, Denise, are you okay back there?
Oh.
Were you in the building?
Oh, okay, clearly you guys know this person. They work for you, and she's like, yes, they do. The police very begrudgingly, begrudgingly, they're, okay, clearly you guys work here, everything's fine, they're going to let you through as they let you under the tape. You guys start to make your way forward as you see Denise, again, barely hanging on. She reaches out to you, Vern. Everything is being taken slowly. We need your help.
What can I do?
That's,
Who's taking it?
Everything has been taken. There's a demon that has been summoned by the name of Balor.
Oh no.
And he has taken everything. The Freedom Friends have been captured.
Oh my
the
goodness.
whole building destroyed.
This is awful. I knew about the building part. I can see
Well,
that.
clearly everything is
Were they
on
Russian
fucking
demons?
fire. No,
Why would they be Russian?
That's
This guy. He's
Hey.
always on about the Russians.
Listen, I'm glad that you're here in our country and you're helping out the Freedom Friends
I love the
Incorporated.
freedom and the friends.
But we all know the threat that communism poses.
Yes, of course.
And I'm skeptical that it's the Russians
Do you
that
think
are
these are
taking everything.
communists?
You sure?
I am absolutely positive. There's no time. I am literally dying, Vern. I need to tell you what the fuck is going on.
Dimitri's panic mopping.
Okay.
Oh well, don't die, Denise. You don't have to do that.
Yes, this is a pen.
Do you see my lower body is crushed by shrapnel
She has a point there.
and fucking metal beams. Okay.
the mop's not working.
Despite everything, stop mopping.
Okay, yes.
All right, let me get this out, please. Balor has taken the Freedom Friends. He took us by surprise, and everyone in the building is dying. He has captured them, and they are trapped. I saw him go through a portal. It's still open. It's underneath the rubble. You guys are the only employees left in the building, which is why we called you in. I know that you are just an accountant, and I know you are just a janitor.
No, I'm also a 3-stripe white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. You're probably going to need it because you are the only hope in terms of saving this.
Oh my god! I mean, I'm so sorry you're dying.
Yes, thank you very much for pointing out the fact that I am dying. I'm very aware of that, and I'm glad you're sorry. But the point is you need to save them. That is all that we had to muster. With the last of my strength, I pulled out my phone and sent off the message, and I'm so glad that you guys
Wait,
are here.
the Freedom Friends are still alive somewhere?
They're alive somewhere. They
What
were
about the rest of
captured.
the people in the company?
They are gone, dead, destroyed,
Wow.
buried under the rubble.
Oh shit. Wait, so we're supposed to go and just save the Freedom Friends?
Yes, it's our moment, you see. I knew this would
Or
happen
we're
one
supposed
day.
to just not care about the rest of the people in the company?
The cops are here for
I
that.
mean, that's standard superhero bullshit, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I
come
think
on.
that tracks, you know.
Destroyed the city and don't care about it. Like, you saved 2 people, but you just killed like 70.
You say this like a bad thing, but everything you,
You
say,
know-
good thing.
All I'm saying is, do they really need to be safe? Let's just like fix the building and like get back to work.
The threat is still at large.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have to
Even
save
if they're not
more-
saved,
they
Valor
will cost
will
even more
continue.
money.
Exactly.
Yes.
What Dimitri said.
Yes. And I need a calisthenics lessons.
Yeah, well, okay. How far down beneath the rubble is the portal?
It's probably at least a couple feet. Just start digging. The police have been getting on me in terms of moving the scene.
Jeez, I can't dig. My strength is 8.
Okay, well, you know, I listen. I'm gonna be real with both of you. You're not the first people I would have called, but you were the only option.
Well, I mean, do you know
I
where
think
my
I'm the best
calculator
option,
is?
actually, and I will dig right now.
I-
Where you
maybe
need dig?
if
I
I
prove to you
have
right
my
now.
slide rule, that could help a little bit.
okay, well,
This guy, I will dig. You point, I dig.
I
Yeah.
think it's very. She just very quickly points over to the side, Dimitri.
I just
to
run
where-
over and
yeah.
start digging.
They
Yeah.
immediately start rummaging through as she just clearly.
And I go, hey, as you're digging, is there anything valuable? You let me know.
Can I roll to see if there's anything?
Yes, so go ahead and roll a perception or investigation check, whatever is better for you. And Vern, as you're sort of calling these directions out to him, Denise is like, clearly everything's been destroyed. Vern, I know you
Is
take
one-
a lot of.
Hey, Denise,
What?
are you willing to sign your name on this piece of paper saying that we lost literally everything? Do you want to talk to the lawyers here?
Okay, also, I'm gonna. Whatever.
You know what?
Was
I'm
one-
gonna die.
Well,
If we don't account for this
potentially,
correctly, then I'm gonna die.
Okay, I see what you're saying, and work is stressful. What did you? What did you?
You're under a rock.
Yeah, just
still
actively
just doing
bleeding
HR.
out. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Still the
Yes,
HR.
yes.
Just like that's a valid criticism. And I rolled
Okay.
a 16 on a +1.
Okay, perfect. Perception.
Is +9.
Oh shit, you got a
Oh,
25.
beautiful. Yeah,
16
so
plus 9.
perfect. So with a 25, that's actually great. So with a 25, as you're actively sort of going through this HR battle with Denise and they're trying to sort of explain the circumstance,
Completely insane.
you begin to start just digging, like just again the calisthenics coming in, the strength, the sleeper build is there as you start just rummaging and lifting all of these boulders.
This is why I bought the supplements.
And with a 25, Dimitri, it's quite fantastic what you find because not only do you find this sort of tunnel and this glowing light, and very much understanding that this glowing light through this tunnel of rubble has to be this portal that Denise is talking about,
Sick.
leading to where the Freedom Friends were taken. But you also happen to find both Vern's calculator
Whoa.
and his slide ruler.
Oh snap.
So the two
Crazy.
things he happened to mention with such a high roll, you happen to find the calculator is perfectly functional, the slide ruler slightly broken, perhaps
Right.
able to be fixed, but both items are intact.
Crazy.
So in the midst of Vern and Denise sort of going back and forth between the lawyers and what is going to happen, you find these items. How do you react, Dimitri?
Vern! I don't know what these are.
Oh snap, is that my calculator?
That
wait,
I, don't
wait,
know.
this is the 1960s. Oh, golly jeepers, is that my calculator?
I assume you mean the thing
Oh,
that
thank,
look like a
thank
giant
goodness.
box.
Thank goodness.
It
But
looked like
this is
Demo
pretty
from
much
Adventure
useless
Time.
for right now, so let me just put this in my coat pocket.
Yes,
oh, and
absolutely.
this broken slide.
Eh,
Whatever.
Yeah,
You
good.
keep that broken slide rule.
Okay.
I go back to digging.
That's perfect. You continue to
But-
dig as
but,
you.
Just to let you know, these things are personally valuable, but to be honest, worth potentially like $2. Let me know if you see anything actually valuable.
Continuing, I think this is very interesting. How does Dimitri take that? You did your job very well, and there's still sort of this, maybe not criticism, I think is a fair term. Is Dimitri used to sort of feeling that way when people sort of, you do a good job and they sort of continue to think it could be better?
Dimitri takes all criticism as a constructive criticism.
Beautiful.
And so everyone who outrank me at the Friends International, they know better than me on how to be a freedom friend. So I do not even know what those items were, let alone if they were valuable or not. So I'm not offended. Vern also, is Vern. He like numbers. Dimitri like the destruction of cities and the Muay Thai kickboxing. Different people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you just continue to go on with your job as you collect your items, Vern. One intact and one sort of ruined. Denise begins to speak up. Okay, clearly what he found is the portal. I need you guys to go now. This is your moment.
Alright, but you watch my Cadillac for me.
I don't think Valet is alive.
Denise, with all due respect, did I ask you to fetch the valet? I asked you to watch Madame Cadillac.
I will do my best.
You see that you do, woman. I don't think she's gonna be able to watch my Cadillac, Dimitri. Let me go make sure it's parked good.
Dimitri leans down to Denise's corpse and goes,
I'm very sorry about Vern. He has old-fashioned standards. Can you watch my bike?
And you just
Denise.
see it. You
Denise.
as you continue to call her name.
Denise.
You're waiting for a response. You just see nothing but a quick twitch as she just like coughs blood.
Oh, I recognize that from when I lived in Russia. Too much vodka. Yes.
As she completely collapses, laying lifeless underneath the rubble.
Well, Dimitri, I'll tell you what. The only thing that I like less than having to fix an accounting nightmare is not having a job and having to search for a new one. So let's hit this portal.
I knew you would come to your senses, Vern. Yes.
The sense of adventure combined with the absolute abhorrent thought of having to reinsert resumes to other companies. Vern is going to accompany you, Dimitri, as you lead him through the tunnel,
Yes.
and you guys come upon this mystical girl.
And if we do find them freedom friends through this portal, make sure we tell them to fire Denise.
Yes.
Already dead? Fire her now?
I am a janitor. I do not make hiring decisions.
So you guys, as you say this to him, you guys exchange this conversation as you approach the portal. It's this oval shaped, shimmering in this very faint light, very unaware of what lies beyond. It's not like you can see through the portal. It is just simply very stark white, and what lies beyond it is beyond any knowledge that you guys can possibly possess. Where you're going, what the circumstance is beyond you as you guys sit and.
fuck yeah. I mean, Dimitri's just gonna like
Very excited.
balls to the wall, just straight in there. He's positive that the 18 months of martial arts training
It is enough. Yeah, we're gonna nail it.
He's got this. He's 3'7". He's got 9 abs. He's fucking here for it, bro.
Let's go. So, Dimitri, Vern, you walk into this portal, you walk into Dimitri, you see the excitement that is in his eyes as he just very immediately jumps and judo kicks right into this fucking portal. The second he emerges in, you just hear, and he's gone from your eyesight. Do you choose to follow?
Yep.
Okay. Is it begrudgingly or is it willingly? Like, what's the feelings of Vern as he stares into this abyss?
He doesn't feel too strongly one way or the other, but he's just hopeful that his calculator doesn't get ruined in the transition.
Absolutely beautiful. You sort of begin to walk through, maybe clutching tightly to the possessions that were found in the rubble in your jacket as you guys begin to maneuver through. As you guys walk through this portal, you find yourselves in this sort of mystical land, this sort of medieval sort of environment. You guys start to see horses with carriages of hay, no cars, no advanced technology, guards that are at the city's gate. As you guys begin to enter a city that is very unknown to both of you, entering at the road right about here. As you guys make your way into the city, you see cobblestone roads. There's at least some advancement. You guys see very structured homes, and you guys see people sort of running amok. Maybe running amok's not the right term. People that are frantic. I think it's quite clear to all of you that something has happened, something has been seen, and you guys are now trying to investigate, try to understand where the Freedom Funds were taken, and all you have to go off of is potentially whatever the townfolk have to say.
Oh my god. Look at how primitive this technology is. We are back in the Russia.
Wow, Russia looks terrible, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I hate Russia. Why we go back to Russia?
No wonder why.
There's no electricity, horses.
Yeah, as you
But-
say, no
oh,
electricity, you look over and there's torches that are lighting. Like, yeah, no light bulbs, nothing at all.
I believe we are in the Chernobyl.
Okay, so you guys, like I said, you enter the city, tons of unknown faces, a world apart from your own, as these two very basic employees are sent off to save the people that are supposed to save everyone else. As you guys begin to look around, you take notice to a couple buildings, most of them homes. The two big things you take notice to is there is an inn and there is a bar. Those are the two basically mainstays, the main attractions of this town, unknown of what the town is actually called. And beyond that, I guess we could say it's like a stick of gum town. Very small, very quaint. So beyond the residency, there is but those two places that the public tends to gather. So tending to want to get information, there's a good chance beyond asking the patrons that are walking amongst the streets, maybe the bar or the inn is a good place to start.
Where does that?
So we have inn and we have the bar.
And you are my superior. I go with you wherever you think we should start. I'll start there. I'll beat the shit out of anyone to get any information. Yes.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Good, Dimitri. I like the fighting spirit. You clearly represent the best of your people.
I
I'm
do a
glad that-
Greco-Roman wrestling.
I'm glad that you're American now and no longer Russian, even
Yes.
though you got that cold Russian heart, which serves us well in this situation.
Yes.
I think using
Only
my
warmed with the hard alcohol.
Using my superior American intelligence, I can deduce here that probably people at the bar are going to be more likely to give us information freely, as their tongues will be slightly softened with drink, and their minds will be a little bit mush. So hopefully we can also score a little bit of. Let's go.
Yes, this is why you are my superior.
Indeed.
Just yes.
With the praise and the agreements, and not only that, but the very intellectual and logical approach to the circumstance, Vern. I'm actually going to go ahead and give you inspiration for trying to understand and coming to a very solid conclusion as to where to search first. So with inspiration gained, you guys begin to make your way towards the bar.
Dimitri?
Yeah.
Feel inspired.
That's wonderful. I feel
Yeah, it's alright. You keep working on them feelings.
yes.
As you guys
I imagine you can't feel much in permafrost.
Yes, it's mostly a big Russian thing.
As you, the immense thought process of Dimitri trying to process how to put
Just
his
any
feelings into
emotion,
words.
yeah.
Just anything at all. A reference to that cold heart that's warmed by alcohol. Vern, as you say this, you guys find your way at the bar. You guys look towards the door as you look up to the sign as it says "The Old Stanky Bar."
Wow.
The name of the bar. As you guys see the door, very wooden, very rustic, very easily opened with a swinging wooden sign that says "Come on in."
Vern, do you mind if I see if they have a vodka?
I mean, if this is Russia, they almost certainly have vodka, right?
Yes, yes.
So why don't you go ahead and go on in?
I'm gonna go in and go to the bar.
Very, very good. You begin to make your way in. Vern, are you sort of following, or are you waiting?
Well, I'm not following. I'm gonna go inside and just go to like the room of people. Right. I'm not gonna go up to the bar.
Fantastic.
I'm just gonna go into the room of people
Okay.
and just say stuff out loud into the room.
Okay, so as you guys both begin to breach the doors, the creaking sound. As you guys open them up, you hear this very jolly music that is playing. You guys see, take notice to a band playing in the corner, playing an assortment of instruments, filling the room with vibes, as the kids say.
Awesome.
And the bar is to the left, and the room where everyone's drinking is to the right. So, with that said, we are going to have Dimitri heading off towards the bar to sort of ask for the vodka, and we have Vern heading to the right to head towards all of the people drinking. So let's start with Dimitri. So Dimitri, you head towards the left. You see this bar stand and this very, very quaint maiden that is behind the bar, bustier, the whole nine. As she's slinging mugs across the table, it's very clear that she knows what she's doing as she's sort of handling all the orders and shouting out to the people in the back as to what she needs. You begin to approach the bar, and she just very quickly goes, "What do you want?"
And I stare into her bustier.
Hey,
Do you have vodka? I need vodka.
yes, certainly we have vodka. I must say I've never seen you here. Are you a traveler?
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of funny because I thought I grew up here, but I'm very rapidly starting to think that I did not grow up here, actually,
I
yes.
see. Okay, so
Yeah.
perhaps you're one of the crazies.
I'm crazy in bed, I tell you, yeah.
Can you please roll a charisma check? Wow.
19, and my charisma.
What's your cha?
The chaw.
What's your cha, bro?
Charisma.
Over on the left.
Yeah, it's a main
18?
stat.
Oh, 8,
What's the
it's
plus
plus
one?
4.
Wow.
So
Okay.
19 plus 4.
So
23.
with a 23, you this in any sort of circumstance should go extremely wrong.
But I am a charming
But for some-
halfling, yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, she just sort of looks at you and she goes, "You know, for some reason, the shortness is doing it for me."
That's what they all say, I tell you.
Typically, I slap those that comment on my body like that, but I'll tell you what, you're looking for vodka. We don't necessarily have vodka, but we have something that's close. Instead of being made from potatoes, it's made from turnips. And here's one on me. And she slides it over to you.
Nice. Okay, so Dimitri is very happy that that went the way it went, but he now knows for sure he's not in Russia. Because
Right.
as he sips the vodka, he knows this is no way good enough quality to be Russian vodka. And if this was a Russian woman, she would have punched him in the face.
Yes,
And
very
so
true.
he knows for sure he's not in Russia now.
Yes.
So he has intel for Vern that he's confirmed this is not
This is
Russia.
not Russia.
Yeah.
That's
But he
fantastic.
sits and he drinks his vodka.
And that's fantastic. And as she sort of slides it over to you, I think it's very clear to you that your charmingness has sort of gotten across to her. She sort of tries to continue the conversation. So, if you're not from here, where do you come from? Like, what's your business in town?
And so he takes a sip of his vodka and he goes,
I come from the greatest city in the entire world, a metropolitan paradise, where I live like a king in a 4x6 apartment. It is unbelievable. And my employers are the Freedom Friends who help the whole world and save everything, and they blow a bunch of shit up, and I love it. And he takes another sip.
Did you happen to say Freedom Friends? Is that what I heard?
Yes, they are the greatest fighters for freedom and the friendship that there ever been.
Interesting. I happened to hear some muddling, some whispers of such a group.
I'm not surprised. They're very famous, they're very friendly, they're very freedom.
Well, that's insane because I've never heard of them before.
But I like you less all of a sudden.
but I heard spatterings. I assumed that they were just another gung-ho group of heroes trying to make their name. I heard that they came through town, but it was just very brief.
Could you tell me some more about that? Because we're actually, we're looking for them right now, it turns out. And, so if you know anything, it'd be very helpful for me. You know, there might be, like, you mind telling me some more?
Can you please roll a persuasion check with disadvantage as you stutter from the vodka that you have been imbibing?
13.
Oh, with a disadvantage. So 13 and 7. So we take the 7, but with the plus from persuasion.
Plus 12.
Damn! Okay, so we're big.
Yeah, he's a very
Dimitri
charismatic
is, yes,
man.
very, his way with words, stumbling through the stutter and making it happen anyway, as if it was just a very cute
Yeah, she
work.
thinks it's cute.
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
absolutely. So with a 17 plus 12, you said? So we
Yeah.
have a 19. So with a 19 roll, you see her sort of start to slightly take you less seriously, maybe perhaps another drunk on the street, as she sort of continues to smile and smirks as your charm continues to take over. And she just says, I know that they came through town very quickly. I heard from the patrons in the bar that they had a meeting, some sort of meeting. They were taken further into the forest. There was someone by the name of Babel that was wanting to have words with them. I don't know if they were sort of meeting for a deal or some sort of business transaction, but if you're looking for them, you're probably going to want to continue out of town and head towards the forest.
So Dimitri gets super excited.
And he says, "Oh, I knew you were amazing. I knew you would tell me what I needed to know. You are fantastic."
And then he stops and he goes, "Before I leave, could you tell me where the fuck are we?"
That is a good question. We are in the land of Faerun.
Okay, that is we talk in Ukraine, we talk in, we in Western Europe, where's this?
I literally have never heard any of those words you're saying at all. This is Faerun.
But you have vodka?
Well, we have something close to it.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. This was very shitty vodka.
Yeah, right. She just is like, and she just immediately averts her attention as she continues to aid the rest of the people asking her for drinks. We're gonna get a little transition as we move towards Vern. Vern, as you move towards the main bar room, you see tons of people that are playing games that are very ironically similar. You see people playing like cornhole, but it's with stones. Just very rustic versions of games that you've grown up with. As you make your way in, again, just music, very loud chattering, a bunch of people all over, stumbling, having drinks, having fun, sort of grouped up in different factions. How does Vern approach the situation?
I basically just walk and say to the room at large, but sort of specifically to the person closest to me, "Say, man, is this the land of the Red Devils, and are you a commie?"
Okay, I want
just the most proud
insane.
1950s American.
as you shout this out to the group of people with enough conviction.
I'm seeing the
to-
fedora.
Yeah, enough conviction to sort of, you hear the music like stutter, and everyone in the bar just stops and sort of stares at you. Can you please roll me a perception check? Or an investigation, whatever is better for you. We got a 7. As a wizard, I'm
You
assuming.
say investigation.
Investigation or perception, yes.
Has 19.
That's beautiful. So with a 19, everything, the music cuts and everyone sort of just quickly shoots their eyes towards you. The guy you're actually talking to is just very like befuddled and like, what the fuck are you actually talking about? None of the words you said make sense to him at all. But as you are saying to him, through the corner of your eye, you sort of glance over his shoulder and you see just this hooded figure at the very corner of the barroom drinking alone. And you take notice to him just sort of glancing at you. And as you make eye contact with him, he very quickly shifts away and continues to drink. As you say that, the guy looking at you, he just says, I have never heard of any of those things, but as long as there's no problems here, everything should be fine. Just continue to drink and stay away from me, perhaps?
I slap him on the back and I say, good man. And I kind of shove him into his seat and I walk towards the hooded guy and I say, you sir, are you a commie?
Very like trying very hard to ignore you, but there's like no other option. As you sort of move on his shoulder, he just sort of looks at you and he goes, I don't know what a fucking commie is.
Well, I say, my good man, I think you do. And if you don't tell me, if you keep trying to deny it, I have no choice but to deduce that you are indeed a commie bastard, and I will have to cut off your toes.
Cut off my toes, you say? I dare you to try.
Well, alright, I don't have a knife on me. I don't think. At least I didn't when I went through that portal. But I will add numbers in front of you until you admit that you're a commie.
I feel like I don't even know what adding numbers means. I feel like this threat is very empty as he continues to sort of drink his drink and he slams it down. At this point, Vern, you have your calculator that works very well. I would love for you to pull that out as you continue to sort of show him math equations on the calculator.
Sure.
As that happens, I would like you to just roll a flat d20. This is going to be an improvised roll, and we're going to go ahead and see what the circumstance is. You are proficient in using these tools, so we'll give you advantage.
$17?
17. With a 17, you begin to start punching in these numbers. The pure technology is mind-blowing to this man. He has not seen anything beyond just like counting stones and understanding. Yeah, like he doesn't even get what's happening. So he's watching everything happen as you're sort of explaining these very simple mathematical equations where you're like, okay, well you see you bought 4 drinks, and as you drink them, you get more drunk, and you are explaining everything. He is mind blown by the circumstance of what you're actually proving to him, and he just all of a sudden is just like, are you some sort of wizard? What magic do you tote?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a wizard, though my sport coat did turn into this shiny robe when I went through the portal. I have no idea what that's about. But I'm not really a wizard, I'm just an accountant, and I know about the magic of numbers. And if you learn about the magic of numbers, your whole life will be easier, because guess what, buddy? Numbers is everything.
Can you prove that I might be a commie or not via your magical
That's
number
awesome!
thing?
Unfortunately, no. However, we could potentially prove if you're a commie by the way that you use the numbers.
I see. So I must, what is this, I'm so sorry, you called this a calculator?
Yes, the calculator.
Calculator?
The calculator can only help one man with a set of resources. The question is, who is this man, and what are these resources? Are these his own resources, or does he control the resources for everybody? Because if he does, my friend, he's a commie bastard.
You see him just mystified.
That's fantastic.
Eyes so wide. Okay, so if I have this many, and he pulls shot glasses over of drinks that he's drunk, and there's 4, and then he has 2 that are undrunk, and he's like, okay, so if I have this many drinks, can you show me how many drinks I've drunk with your magical device?
Well, I mean, sure, but clearly we can see right here in front of our faces. We don't really need the calculator for that, but the calculator can get the right answer.
Of course. You see him grab his head as he's reeling at the fact that there is things that can keep track of stuff.
Don't be blinded by the magic of technology. You can still use your mind and not be a dumbass.
I've never heard the word technology before. So there's things that can keep track of the things that we have in our brain?
Definitely.
There might be work for someone like you.
There's always work for a good accountant. You don't have to convince me of this.
That's amazing.
If you're telling me what you're telling me, which I'm assuming means that you can keep track of the resources in a very efficient and mathematical way, that's men disappeared that were seeking things beyond their reason. Some sort of summoning circle.
Well, you see, I'm not a seeking man. I like to sit in my office on my swivel chair. I actually just convinced my boss to buy me a new swivel chair. It's a very nice swivel chair. I've been saving up for it in the budget. I finally convinced the Freedom Friends not to destroy a city bus on their last outing, and because they didn't destroy the city bus, not only was I able to afford my swivel chair, but I got my entire department new filing cabinets.
This whole everything about what he's saying is so far.
So I take it by bus you mean horse, and by department.
Listen, I don't care what you want to call your horse. I'm not an adventurous man. I would much rather go back to my office and account the ways that we could potentially go on this journey.
And that sounds good.
That
sounds very good.
Let's do it.
Okay.
It's just like, let's go.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. I had, continuing to show you the, again, from the example of the calculator and the example of things that you should be able to just understand without such a device. I had 8 men seek out a summoning circle, and none of them have come back. Does that mean they're dead?
It's a word problem.
Yeah.
I mean, math alone will not tell you if they're dead. We gotta. I mean, do you know someone that knows how to find them?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that's you with your magical device.
I mean, I can figure out how to keep us on, like, resourced and everything if we go look for him, but I don't know how to look for him.
Okay.
I don't know the dude.
Well, then let me provide you with some
Wait a minute.
information. Oh.
You one of those commies that think that people just know things about people? The information is just readily available for everybody?
He grabs a shot that he hasn't drunk and he drinks it and he slams it on the floor. And he shouts out and he goes, "Commies!"
And I go, "Where?"
And he goes, "I told you, in the fucking forest. They searched for a summoning circle and they have not returned, okay? We lie in the city of Faerun, and outside is a mystical forest, okay? And I heard words that there was a glowing light out in the distance. I sent my men to seek it out, and they have not returned."
Wait, is the summoning circle like the weird portal that we came through to get here?
You're not from here.
Are we in Russia right now?
I have never heard of Russia. Is that outside of...
Wait, you've never heard of Russia?
No.
You've never heard of the Soviet Union?
No.
You can't be a commie. What you been giving me a hard time trying to figure out if you're a commie for?
I resent what I said earlier. Picks up the pieces of the broken glass. Okay. Out in the forest, there is something that is sort of symbolizing how you got here. That is causing problems. There's been goblins that are rummaging through the city and
Goblins?
taking things. Do you know what a goblin is? They are very tiny, short creatures that wield swords and bows, and they tend to take things that they feel are theirs. Let me ask you something. Well, I'm sorry, I never got your name.
My name is Vern Jernson. What's your name, pal? My name is Vern Jernson. What's your name there, pal?
Have you had more drinks than I feel like you're slurring. Is it
Hey,
John?
Hey. What the fuck is your name?
Reluctantly.
What's your name, mister?
Reluctantly, he just says, my name is Dimitri.
Dimitri?
Dimitri.
Oh, I know another Dimitri.
Do you?
Yeah, you ought to talk to him. He's a weird little Russian dude. But he's not a commie. He's one of the good kind of Russians.
I see.
I think like you. You seem to be one of the good kind of Russians, too.
Well, again, though, I've never heard of Russia.
Well, with a name like Dimitri, you gotta be Russian. Or maybe Kazakhstani or something.
Okay, again,
One of the stands. It's weird that Russia doesn't end in Stan, isn't it?
All I know is I stand to understand that you might be crazy. I think that it might do us well. You can go out with your mystical device, find out if any of my men are alive, and report back to me. If you continue out of
Well,
the
how do I know what your men are look like? Why don't you
they-
come with us to figure out if they're there?
Because, just like you, I like to sit behind my desk.
Well, that's not gonna work for me. You're not gonna sit there and send me out. I'm gonna sit here and send you out.
You're failing to understand
No, you're
what
failing.
this transaction is.
You're failing to understand that the transaction is clearly theoretical until we have an agreement, and I'm not agreeing to nothing because you want me to walk
I do.
and you want you to sit. That's
Yes.
the problem, buddy.
Okay, well, what have I told you?
How about I go back to the portal and get my Cadillac, and then I'll come back, and then we can ride the caddy over there.
Again, never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Is that a very strong horse? As this happens, Dimitri, you...
Hey Vern, I don't think Denise is gonna watch my bike. Hey Vern, what are you doing, Vern?
Dang,
Who is
dude.
this guy with the hood? He looks strange.
I don't think he's a commie, but he told me he was, so now I'm a little bit curious.
So
I think he might be
immediately
a
Dimitri pulls
double
out his
agent.
3-stripe white belt and ties it on. He goes, "Are you a filthy commie? I am a freedom friend. I beat your ass."
Again, I don't know what that is. Commie.
He said there's another portal in the forest.
I did the bartender over there. She told
No.
me same thing.
I said summoning circle, just so you know. Summoning circle.
Okay, well, I think the bartender, she used the word portal, so that's, I mean, we can kind of, we make bread here with a couple flours.
Well,
some
he's
eggs.
also trying to convince me to do his work for him, and it's not just this is not my style. So if you want to help him do
Wait,
his
what?
work-
What type of work? What type of work?
Do you want to save people?
I love a saving people. Are they people who like freedom and a friendship?
I think they tend to enjoy each other's company.
Okay, that's ambiguous, but I'll lean on that.
And that could be considered friendship.
That's where I was going with that, yes. Do you know Denise?
No.
Okay, well, I don't think she's watching my bike, so, what is the name of your men, by the way?
This makes me seem horrible, but I haven't named them. I typically call them Soldier 1 through 8.
I like this. It reminds me of my mother and father. I have 9 brother and sister, and we were child 1 through 10. Yes, very good.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I was a
Perfect.
child 7 until I run away and come to America, and then I named myself Dimitri. Strong
Oh
American
yeah,
name.
this guy's Dimitri too.
His
Oh!
eyes light up. Your name is Dimitri.
I knew I liked this guy. His hood is looking laundered.
So
recently.
clearly, just through namesake, it makes sense that we would trust each other, right?
Yeah, why not? I enjoy
That sounds like
this.
something a commie would say.
Ah!
Don't trust him.
Oh, I've known Vern much longer than you. He has that very cool thing and it makes
I've
numbers.
seen it. It blew my mind.
Isn't it fucking amazing?
It's
See,
really
what don't you
cool.
like about this guy? He's named Dimitri. He like a calculator. All right, well, Vern's got good instincts.
Very
Vern,
fair.
I think that the people that this man is talking about and the Freedom Friends, I think they a similar thing. The lady at the bar over there, she told me the Freedom Friends also went to the forest. So I think if we help this gentleman out, look, a good guy, look, a nice face. His name is Dimitri, and we killed 2 birds with 1 Soviet stone.
So we're going with him or without him?
Without him, he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. You guys hear this information, knowing that there's some sort of summoning circle and or portal, this sort of miscommunication of what it actually could be, knowing that it's towards the outside of town, further into the forest. You guys make your way out of the bar. Dimitri, you've had a couple drinks.
Yeah.
Okay, and Vern, you have not drunk at all, right?
Right.
Yes. Okay, so Dimitri, can you please roll me a Constitution save for the couple of drinks that you've had?
So that's a 10.
That's a 10. That's fine. With a saves.
Yeah.
Yep. So with a 10, you manage the Russian blood is
Sick.
holding true. You feel a slight buzz, nothing too crazy. You're walking out feeling a little bit light on your feet as you guys continue to make your way out and move down the cobblestone road. As you make your way outside of the town and find yourselves in the forest.